Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing an outfitter review for Wingmaster Outfitting and Adventure Northwest. Now I'm combining these because they're run by the same gentleman, Kyler Knelson. Now I'm going to tell you about 3 of the hunts I've done with him so far. The first one was a black bear in the spring. I killed a book bear. It was over 400 pounds. We weighed it on the scale. Incredible area, tons of action. Lots of bears, tons of places to move around. If they're not coming into one bait, they run trail cameras so they know what's coming where. Very, very high success rate. You will definitely get a bear, and if you lay off the trigger, chances are you probably could get a book bear. He's had a lot of Boone and Crockett and Pope and Young bears taken out of his area, and they don't overhunt it. They move hunters around a fair bit, so definitely worth giving a call to if you're looking for a bear hunt in Alberta. The second hunt I did with Kyler was in Nunavut for a muskox. At the time, I ended up taking the number 17 muskox all-time SCI and top 100 Boone and Crockett. It went, I believe, 116 2/8 total net. But we saw so many muskox, tons of big ones. Personally, I couldn't tell the difference between a big one, a medium, and an average one. The guides that were up there were Inuit, and they knew what they were looking at, and they pointed out which ones were the kind of the herd bulls or the target bulls, so you just have to rely on them. Well organized, great hunt in the Arctic. All the logistics were taken care of. There are special flight rates, tour rates that Kyler was able to get us, so the flights up there didn't cost an arm and a leg. Also, all the logistics once we got there were taken care of. Transportation to the hunting area. There's hotels in town that they arranged that we could stay at for the day in and the day we had to leave. Anyone that's hunted the north knows that it's a lot of logistics getting in and out of there, and things are unreliable, but it went as smooth as it could possibly have been. Everything was looked after. Great guides, good food, lots of animals. They got prime hunting areas. They really know what they're doing in the north, so if you've ever dreamt of doing an Arctic hunt, definitely look them up. They do caribou, muskox. There's also add-ons. We had a wolf, an Arctic fox, and seal tags. The 2 guys and I that went, between the 3 of us, we all got a muskox. The other 2 guys got a wolf, an Arctic fox, and a seal. Our guide said we were the first non-Inuit hunters that he's ever seen take a seal through the ice, so that was pretty cool. And just a great hunt and experience overall. And the best part of that trip, though, really was the culture. Getting to hunt with the Inuit was an experience in itself. Anyone that has ever dreamed of doing this should definitely do it. That was such a neat place to go. I would definitely recommend it. And the price was relatively affordable compared to a lot of places. It is extremely cold up there, but you know, you just dress warm and you'll be fine. They take really good care of you, and you know, you don't have to worry about getting lost or hurt or anything like that. It's very well controlled and great area. If you like wilderness hunting, I would say that would definitely be on my top 2 or 3 trips to ever go on. Alright, finally I'm going to tell you about my moose hunt. Now, this is the year of the COVID, so all the Americans couldn't come up to go hunting this year. So Kyler had a lot of empty spaces in his camp, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for me, he gave me a call, invited me up to come hunt with him. He had his own moose tag this year as well, so we're hunting together, kind of a buddy deal. And we went out the week before. A hunter was in this same camp and had killed a really nice bull. I think it was 54 inches wide. Just a very, very nice Canadian bull. It probably went buck. It was a beautiful bull. Nice and cool that week. This week that I'm here, I'm still in camp. It turned incredibly warm, plus 10 at night to 18 degrees during the day. So calling has been relatively ineffective, very difficult. We've tried a lot of primaries, seen lots of sign, but the bulls just haven't been coming in. Last night we went up the river, we're calling in the bush, nothing's coming in. The guys went back into the willows to check things out. I came to the front above the tree line, looked over the river, and I heard a bull grunt. I gave a couple calls. Within 8 to 10 minutes he came in, presented a shot, I got my bull. So just very fortunate. Now the bull I got this year, 202 inches, we taped him out last night in camp, grouse, Boone and Crockett, and he's only got about 2.5 inches of deductions, very typical. 6 points on the one front, 5 on the other. The genetics in this area are unbelievable. If you want a great Canadian bull moose, look Kyler up. He's got a fantastic area, remote. There's no local pressure. It's very hard to get into without an airplane. He's got everything figured out. The camp's really good. It's by the river. He's got boats, great food. Everything's figured out. He knows what he's doing. He knows where they are. He runs trail cameras, so he kind of has an idea of what bulls are in the area. Now, moose travel around a fair bit, so it's not guaranteed like a whitetail that it's going to circle back and you're going to get a chance at that specific bull. Fortunately for myself, on this trip, one of the bulls on a trail camera from last week, we caught up with him about 2.5 miles up the river, and ended up being the same bull he had on the trail camera, so that's unusual. But they do have a pretty good idea what's in the area. Very, very low hunting pressure here, and a huge opportunity. The bull I got, his teeth were so worn out, I don't think he would have lived through the winter. He's a very, very old bull. So, great area, great Canadian moose. Definitely give him a call if you're interested in a Canadian moose. You won't be disappointed, and he is well worth talking to whether you book a trip or not. Very knowledgeable, great guy to deal with, very trustworthy. So anyways, just some final thoughts. Overall, my experience hunting with Kyler and his outfits that he's associated with has been nothing but top-notch. He is a great guy personally. He's got a great positive attitude. He knows how to get you the animals. If you're hunting in the Arctic with them, they've got great Inuit guides that go with you. His bear camp, second to none. Moose camp is awesome. You won't be disappointed if you book a hunt with him. Okay guys, that's the end of this video, but before we sign off, I just want to say something about big name outfitters. You know, you got guys like Jim Shockey that everyone's heard of because of his DVDs and whatnot. And not a knock on Shockey by any means, but you know, they've got good areas and everyone thinks you have to go there or with him to get a big animal. That's simply not the case. There's a lot of these other outfitters like Kyler that maybe people haven't heard of that they're getting fantastic trophies. So definitely call around, make sure you talk to Kyler, and you will not be disappointed. Anyways, that's it for now guys. See you in the next video.